Hi, Arvin. How are you?
Good, good, good. I do apologize.
Oh, no. You don't have to apologize.
I
Everybody
do.
takes once in a while. And
No, I just
why-
came
why
from the
should-
office. I had to go to the office and I came back from the office.
Oh,
That's why I got delayed. I apologize. We said 3 o'clock and
no, it doesn't have to be 3. We're flexible.
you're flexible. Okay.
We're glad because I'm home all the time these days. So
Got it, got it. So,
whatever is easier. Sonia will be on shortly. She's
okay. So let me log in here and I want to show you how to use, there's Sony coming in, how to use zip forms again for how to create an offer. Because that's what I didn't show you. I showed you how to do the template. But once you do the template, how do I use the template to write an offer? And that's the whole game plan, what I'm going to show you right now. So first thing I want to do is open up zip forms, and then I'm going to go back to matrix. And something just changed here. There we go. All right. So this is how your zip forms will look like. Everything here will be the same. Your templates are on top. And these are your templates. What are the things that you need to do? And if you haven't done it, let me see which folder has it. One of the folder has it. Yeah, this one here. So this folder, these 3 little PDFs, Nancy from my office or our office sent it, and all your offices should have it also. If you don't have it, I'll try and send it out to you folks. But these need to be uploaded into your template. So if you look carefully here, add documents, you can then upload it. Once you have it on your computer, you just say, bring it from your computer, look into your computer where those 4 items are. And like in my case, they are out into the download folder, and then they just upload it from here, basically. So here's the broker buyer ones. There's 3 of them here. These have to be set up mandatory. That's required by our state and also from the, what do you call it, our offices. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go to transaction right now, and I'm going to open up a new transaction. So before I open up a new transaction, I'm going to go and create and find a property that we need to make an offer on. So I'm going to read all this. So I'm going to go to the new listing and find a, let's see if I can find a listing here. So here's PW, and this is in, where are you? Here's one in Fullerton. It's a townhome. So here's the picture and everything. They've only got one picture. Let's see if I can find another. There you go. This looks a better one. So there's just a couple of things you need to remember is the address, the price, $649, and this part here, which is your ID, you're going to need that. And everybody wants to know how much percentage you're going to get. Oh, these people are cheap, 2%. All right. So I'm going to copy the address. So I'm going to do a Control-C, that's copy. Come to template, add your transaction. I'm going to open up a new transaction here. And we're going to do a purchase contract. Right on top, you want to do is space, so it's Control-V. Normally for find you, if I take the zip code out, it will find you. There's the property right on top. Click on that. It removes the ad on the city, but that's okay. Then what we need to do is click here, connect. And all this is normally set up for you already, so you shouldn't have any problems with it. Go to the bottom down here and find your listing. Your listing, what we need is the PW listing ID. So Control-C, copy. And I'm going to go back to the back of the system. Let's click here, paste it, Control V, and then always include your picture. Always include the picture. Say find. What's going to happen is going to populate all this so that you don't have to worry about, there's the picture, there's the information from the listing, so you don't have to go back and forth and copy it. So that saves you time. That's the reason I help you control fill out the template. So we're going to residential, we're going to click on that, and now we're going to find your template. Remember the templates that we built? So this is the template. I'm going to click on that and say save. What it'll do is open up the whole folder with the template information in it. And if you notice something, it says parties, documents. So if you look into documents, for instance, right now, it will have all those files for you. Everything is now loaded and everything is filled out too. So I'm going to open up this, the cover sheet. Remember the cover sheet?
Yes.
Give me a second. I'm going to be 30 seconds. I just want to answer this call quickly. Yeah, Connie, I got it. Huh? Now I'm doing a class also right now. So let me get back to you on it. All right, bye. So like this one here, investment Nordics, I don't want that. I'm going to remove him, for instance. I'm going to use another client that we're going to be working with. So I'll fill that out later. But everything is filled out in here with the information from the listing. There's the 10 p.m. that we talked about. Here's Berkshire Hathaway's, and here's Coldwell Banker. That's the listing information coming in, all filled out for you. You don't have to do anything. It's all taken care of. So all this is already taken care of. All we need to do is go back, just save it. That's up here. Go back. And what we're going to do is go to the top part of the summary. This is where the whole information is on. So you can notice everything is filled out here for you already. So you don't have to do anything else. One couple of items that we have, remember anybody remember the price of the house? $640, right? So $640 was the purchase price. So first of all you want to do is click here. Today you're going to write an offer. Purchase price is $640, so I'm going to put $650. You'll know why. I put $650. Offer expiration date is what you need to know. 3 days. So 1, 2, 3. It will expire on Friday. The offer, because after 3 days, then the offer is not good because they cannot respond to it. $650 is what I'm offering. I'm going to put down $30,000. That's the deposit. What's 3% of $650? You guys want to tell me that? 3% is what you want to always put as a deposit, then that's how you'll find out. So 650 times 3%.
1950.
19,500. So you can actually put 19,500. Okay. That's the deposit that you're going to actually set up. How much down do you want to put on the 650? So let's just say, we'll talk about it on the other side. So the total amount to be financed, I want to say about 300,000. The rest will come down from the loan amount, actually from the down payment. So everything else, you notice, we're going to leave that open. We're not going to touch that. How much commission was that? 2%? So 2%.
Only 2%.
Okay, so watch what's going to happen here on the commission side.
Trader.
It fills it out automatically for you. See that? At the bottom, it's already filled out how much commission you're going to get. So if you have 2 people, you can have a referring agent here too. You can put somebody else's name here as a referring agent, and that will also break it out, the percentage between the referring agent and everything else. It will figure out how much you want to give them. So if you're giving them a 20% commission, I'm just going to say test, for instance, here. So there's a 20% commission referral fee. It will calculate it for you from $13,000 and it will put it in here for you. So there's two names, your referring agent and agent one, agent two. You can play around with these, but in most cases, you'll be doing your own, so you don't have to put anything here. Just leave it blank. So practically you are done. Right now, you need to do is go up to parties and fill out a party. So my first buyer, the buyer that I work with always, if I click on it, then the buyer I want is in your address book and it's Mr. Big Bucks. That's why I put 650. Remember, I was putting more money. So here's 650 for the Big Bucks. Everything that you are seeing here is basically coming automatically from the listing information. Now all you need to do is go to the documents, and if you look carefully in here in the cover sheet, things will be filled out for you already. So Big Bucks, right on top is telephone number, email address, and all this is already filled out. And if you look at 650 is the offering amount, here's the deposit amount. The down payment should have been, as tells you, there should have been your closing date. It's on the, you'll see it in the RPA, so I'll show you that in a minute. It's not showing up here, so. And what we need to do is, this is already going back, filled out. And we need to do is open up the RPA. RPA is your residential purchase agreement. I'm going to open up the large full screen. This is the full screen, so this is too small to see. Now you can see it big. Notice something? Everything is checked here already. Yes, Big Bucks already filled out. Your information is already filled out. It's all automated. One thing you have to do is put in the address, actually the date of today's date. And in the template, remember I told you about 30 days, you can change this now. You can still change it anytime you want. 650 is already been filled out up here already. And all you need to do is notice something carefully. There's checkboxes here, but you don't have checkboxes here. So all you need to do is fill out checkboxes. Click on that. It's not an all cash offer. Now that's why. My mistake. It's picking up some other information. I apologize. So that's okay. Here's the 5% we were talking about, and here's the 1% in the template we were talking about. So it's out here. We want to finance, if I'm correctly, 300,000 was the amount. See, so watch what happens here. I got the 19,500 and 300,000, but look what will happen down here. See that? So this is how much the client has to bring in afterwards. That's the loan amount. So it calculates everything for you. You don't have to even bother about calculating. In the old days, we used to calculate, and this used to really confuse people because they didn't know how to calculate it. But this is easier for you to already calculate. If I change this amount here, I want to finance, say, 400,000. Then the number will change here too. 230, 500 plus the 19,500 is the total amount they're going to put down payment on the house. And that's how it's calculating everything for you. Everything else you leave. If your client's saying, if you have to remove any contingencies, then these are the contingencies you need to worry about and remove. There's a loan contingency, so you can actually leave that on until 21 days. Please remember, there's 3 days, there's 3 days here, there's 17 days. All these you have to remember and read through your contract. If you haven't read your contract, my recommendation is please go and read your contract. That's the first thing you want to do is go read your contract. because familiarize yourself with the contracts, and that will help you in the long term. Just read it. I don't want you to memorize it. Just read it. When your clients ask you, what is this? So you can look at it and it says, all right, there it is. To understand how to read these contracts, paragraph 3, paragraph subparagraph A, subparagraph 1. The same thing if you go down, if you do paragraph 5 or paragraph 7, A, 1. Easy. You notice something, everything, all this has been filled out. Remember, we filled out from the template. This one is filled out from my investment person, so I'm going to remove that. We don't need it because we are doing a different offer, and everything else remains the same. All this is filled out for you guys. You're done. So what we need to do is save it and then go back. So now we need to send these documents for signature. So watch what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to step by step. Do you use DocuSign by any chance? Anyone? If you do, let me know.
I did at one point. I haven't, so I got rusty. I have to do it again.
No, you don't have to, because what I want you to do is you're going to save $245. Use this particular software from DigiSign. It'll be easier. So here's what you want to do. You see this? Look what happens there. You see the blue dot? So click on the blue dot and then click on sign. Once you click on sign, it's going to ask you, there's the first document, and if you want to select other documents, it's up here, but look carefully up here. There's your DocuSign if you want to use DocuSign. If you don't want to use DocuSign, then let it be. Use this digital ink like this. It does the features better. Click on documents. We want to get more documents. So we don't want to use cover sheet because that it doesn't go to the clients. We use buyer representation. We use the buyer sight unseen and advisory. So we've checked all those off pages that we're going to send out. Close it. These are all the documents that are going to be sent out. If you look carefully up here, it says next. And we're going to go to the next step of signature. So click on next. And it tells you who needs to sign. So you as a client are going to sign, actually as an agent. And here's the client, big bucks. You close it. In the old days, we used to have who's first and who's second will be signing. So if I don't sign, then big bucks won't be able to see the paperwork until I sign. That's how it was set up initially. What you want to do, you could also change it, sign second and big bucks will sign first. You could play around with it. My suggestion, don't do that. Take this spot and remove it. Now, first come, first serve. Whoever gets the email first, start signing. So if the wife is home first, she can start signing, doesn't have to wait for the husband, and then she has to sign. This way, she just gets to sign it ASAP. So the next part, you say security. By the way, you can uncheck this. So you don't have to have the security option because it does charge you. You can leave it, see what happens when I leave it. Watch what happens here next. It's going to ask me a question. Do you want to apply it? I usually say no. And it will take me to the next page. So once I get to the next page, this is where all the signatures and everything go. Now, you don't have to worry about where to put the signatures. 99% of the signatures are already put in place. But look carefully over here. See this part? This way you can see whose signature, whose initials you want to put in and where you want to put it. But look carefully here. It says big bucks. If you drop this down, then you can also tell who else. So right now I want big bucks. I want to choose big bucks. I can drag a signature for them to sign over here, and they can sign when they get the paperwork. They'll be able to sign this. I don't want to do that. I'm just showing you how you can actually do this. So I'm going to delete this. See the X there? Click on X and it deletes it. what the system has done for you, it's already put in all the signatures for you and all the initials are everywhere on the document. You don't have to do it and figure out. In the old days, we had to figure out, where should I put it? Where should I put it? A lot of times, this is scary. So now it's already there. So I've already clicked on big bucks here.
So, hi, Marvin. When is that pen icon ever used then?
I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So just bear with me here. So if you notice, if I click on myself, watch, it will highlight this. So click on here. See how it highlighted it? If I click on big bucks, then it's going to highlight big bucks. Make sense? So at this point, everything is signed, already figured out. But to Kim's question, so but before I do that, you see the initials are already there. So let me get to one point before I get to her answer. On page 8 is where arbitration and liquidated damages are also set up. And I'll show you that you don't have to have them sign this or initial this. Some people may not want to, but if you explain to them right, if you do this part, liquidated damages and mediation, it's less costly than going to court. If you don't initial this, then you are saying that you will go to court if something goes wrong with the deal. In this case, it's better to go to arbitration and mediation. That way it's less costly. So that's how you want to explain this part. Here's the other part of it here too. So let's get to Kim's answer. I'm going to go all the way down and get to the next page. So just bear with me here. So here's a buyer's initial here. Should have a broker's initial that's on the other side. Just bear with me here. It's coming up. It's part of the PDF, and this is where it comes in. So the property address, I don't know the property address. I need to get the property address here for this particular items because I'm going to send it out. So what is the property address? This is the property address, right? So Control C is copy, and I'm going to put, oops. Give me a second. I'm doing with the signatures first. So let's do big bucks. And then there we go, text. It should actually open it up for me. It's not letting me do it for a change. But I'll figure it out for you guys, don't worry about it. I should have put it in the front part of it. That's okay, I made a mistake, so that's all right. I'll remember how to help you guys out on this one. So all this is filled out, and there's the seller or the buyer side. I'm going to put the buyer's signature here again. And these are the PDFs that our company has given us. So this is what we need to do. Hopefully, Kim, you're getting what I'm talking about. This is how you drag it and put it in. Make sense? So practically we are done. So all we need to do is save it up here. And then we need to do is send it out. I'm going to show you how I'm going to send it out. I'm going to show you how the client signs. And I'm going to show you how, give me a second. Where are you going? Broker alert, new client advisory regarding, where are you? Something's messing me up here. So there's something in here that I'm missing. I think I'm going to default and I'm going to actually tell it to have it signed. I'm going to put this on for the buyer broker right now. Let's see if it sends it out. Yep, there you go. Somehow, if you can't leave things blank, and that's what it doesn't like. So let them read it and then let them sign it also. So do a send. Off you go. They've made some changes. In the old days, you could have sent out the blank ones automatically. So here's everything sent out. You don't have to do anything else. All you need to do is now go to your email account. Like I have the same email account that will have both information or both alerts coming to. So bear with me, I'm going to open it up. Hopefully it doesn't have it on my other. So bear with me. So here's the first one, and this is for me as an agent. So I'm going to sign it first. And it should have for big bucks also. There's 2 emails that will come into the same link. So bear with me, and I'm going to sign it as an agent first, and then I'm going to sign it as a client. So here's, I have to accept this. And a lot of people ask me, so well, can I change the email after the signature? So it's in this spot here. You can choose to sign, and I can use the mouse, or I can choose one of these at the bottom. So right now I've chosen that. If I want to change this one, I'll choose this particular signature. Off it goes. You can make choices. Even the clients can do it. So I'm going to do a go. If you click on the yellow part, it won't like it. I can't click on anything. It has to be clicked on this little segment here only. You will have the same issue going on. So click on that. This is you as an agent going to sign everything first. And you are done. So it's a quick process for you as an agent, but as far as the client goes, it's a little longer process. So I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to go and open up, and it should have another email coming from me as well from Zip Forms. If it's not here, then it's going to be on my, yeah, it seems like it's going to be on my other one. Bear with me. It's going to be on my laptop. Nope. Hold on a sec. So this is the subject already doing it. It should have brought in. Yeah, it's sitting on my other computer. Bear with me here. Normally it shouldn't do that. It would have actually brought it in here too. Just bear with me here. And let's see. Got a funny feeling it's send it to my Outlook, so. And Ziploc online, thank you, thank you. So it shows 2 here, why doesn't it show 2 on that one? I'm gonna forward this to this one so you people can see it as well. Okay, so I should have it coming here, there we go. So it went to my special Outlook also, that's why it didn't show up. Okay, so now we're going to pretend to be the buyer, and once I show you how the buyer looks at it, it says big bucks. So going to open up signed documents. Same thing, I accept. And now it's same thing here too. It's going to give me a choice to have big buck signatures. If I want to use this one, for instance, I'll use that. and it'll say, let's go. So same thing again, only on this spot here. So look carefully here. My signature is already filled out. It's sitting in the cloud, but as an agent, it's already figured it out that my signature is already done. So click on it, and we'll go through the entire process. And I want to show you on the PDFs that we put in the additional pages. We'll show you that also, but look at this carefully. Can people see this? It gives you an option and opt out. They can opt out or initial it. So if you told them right, they would actually initial it. It's better that they initial it. It's still got a little bit of time. I want you to log back in if we run out of time on my Zoom.
Yes.
Actually, we're nearly done, so it shouldn't be that much over. It's still got 10 minutes to go. And so here's the PDFs that we are signing. There's the one that on the broker alert that we are talking about. If you want to let me go forward, but now it's here. We'll have it signed, and we are done. So now the buyer has completed the paperwork. It's going to come back. And if I go to zip forms, you notice something. Look how it's in here, but if I refresh it, it'll look a little different. I'm going to go back to transactions. There's the property that we are talking about. If I go to documents, look what's going to happen. There's a new folder in here. This new folder is the one that's signed. And now you notice all this DG signed, it's all there. This particular one here is actually an audit trail. So that way, in case you have to go to court and your buyer says, I didn't sign it, you signed it, you can prove to them, no, they signed it, because this is a special trail of all the IP addresses and everything is actually showing up here. So as soon as it loads up, it's going to be quite a hefty load. I don't know how many pages it's got. So just bear with me as soon as it loads up. So it's got 208 pages. Look at that. See that? But this one has all the IP address and everything of the client spelled out. It's all there. You don't have to worry about anything. Make sense? So if you look at the purchase agreement, it's already signed and everything by the two parties, including the agent and the buyer. And there's your signatures. This is the initial lock, so the PDF cannot be opened in Photoshop and modified. So this cannot be created, there cannot be any fraud created. So this is all done. All you need to do now is send all these forms out to the agent on the other side. And you see the send here? All you need to do is send and hit email, and then it will find Stephen Lee. Click on that, say done, and we'll put Stephen Lee's information, and then you send it out. And you call up Stephen Lee and say, hey, I just sent you an offer. Can you please look at it and let me know if the offer is okay with you, and you sell it. And you are done. I know it's a little fast, but I'll send you the copy of, and you'll also have the recording. And that way you can.
How do I listen to the recording? How do I access?
I'll send you that. I'll send you the copy of it.
Okay. Can you also send the previous two other lessons that we've
That's
had?
all on my YouTube. If you look at my YouTube, it's all there. So if you go to YouTube, and all the different lessons are here. So if you just type in my name,
Awesome. Okay.
It's all here because I've been actually posting all my stuffs here. So you'll see, I just did another one yesterday also. Let me just click on here. It says RPA. It should be RPA. I did RPR. It's RPA template, and this is how to do the template. That's the same thing that I taught you guys. I taught it yesterday. So you are done. So we'll see you guys next week. If you have any other questions, let me know which other project you guys want to talk about. And if I know it, I'll actually teach you guys that. Yeah.
Yes. What can we be doing? What do you recommend that we
Right now, I would recommend talking to your clients. Just call them out, how they doing. I would tell them, hey, how you guys doing? Because right now everybody's in panic state. So ask them, how are they doing? Is there anything you guys can do? If you can go out and even help some of those people and say, hey, you need to buy some groceries or something like that for you folks, or get some groceries, help them with that. And that way they'll feel nice and they say, you know what, in bad times you were there to help me out. So I would just call all these people, even email them if you have to, and say, hey, hopefully people are doing okay in this bad time.
But you don't want to talk about
No.
anything else about going forward with the business.
Would you like to talk about it?
No.
No, because this is bad time right now. You don't want to talk about it. Okay. They don't know. Well, let me ask you this: if you sold the house, where are they going to go? Some of the states and them, they already closing down. They're not letting people go through.
Oh yeah.
How are they going to fly? How are they going to transfer things?
Right. Got a good point.
Right. So if they move somewhere from here to, say, Los Angeles, then the company that's going to come in to pick up the household items and that, who's going to do it? Which company? Right now, even my printer doesn't want to do any printing. He said all my printing company and everything is closed.
Yeah.
So how do I get things done?
But I mean, the subject might come up. It might ask us, when do you think this is going to be? Because they're looking forward to moving. But
yeah, but how are you going to explain that? I'm asking you. I know you're asking for me to give you an answer. There's no real answer right now.
We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but
so there's your answer. If they want to move right now, then move. But nobody's going to move. Nobody's going to move.
You think from professionals, they think
that nobody's talking like that. Like, people are just saying is keep in touch with your clients.
Okay.
Keep in touch with your clients. That's about it. That's the best solution that I can do. Even Dennis and everybody else is going to give it the same. If they want to move right now, they sign a contract. Who's going to go? How are people going to see the properties?
Virtual tours.
Yeah, but virtual tours, but you got to create a virtual tour. Who's going to allow somebody to go into the house and do a virtual tour? Isn't that contagious also?
Might be.
So there's a lot of liability issues. I'd rather just, you know what? As soon as you want to sell it, let me know. We'll talk about it. But other than that, don't. I wouldn't even go there right now. I would just put it on hold. There are properties that have been on the market, but they're going to get expired.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's my opinion. Okay. All right. We'll see you next week, folks.
Thank you. See you
All right.
next
Bye.
week. Bye-bye.